can have a new one.
Unasema?
Utuongeze hiyo feature suggestion where an employee can do stock intake, cause nakumbuka nikiwa nafanya kazi
Stock.
Receiving stock
Dashboard.
actually it's receiving stock. Ndio nasema where I used to work ilikuwa kwa hoteli, so there was times stocks zilikuwa zinakam kama the owner hayuko, so utakuta we are receiving sodas, we are receiving, ilikuwa burger shop, so we are receiving burger buns, we are receiving cheese, we are receiving the meat. So there was someone who was supposed to receive, cause most suppliers wanatakanga usign mahali, so you mark it as received, and then I don't know part ya inventory sasa, cause how would you guys think that will happen? Cause there's this part where this inventory of stock has to be priced, so kuna hiyo part ya buying price na selling price. How do you think we should go about that?
I think kidogo, let me rethink.
Dominic, how would you suggest to go about that? Because kama ningekuwa biashara yako and you have staff, they receive stock. So our system currently, when you receive stock or when you add stock to the system, you're actually adding it as the owner. So inaonyesha ulichukua what stock from which supplier and how much did you buy it and how much are you intending on selling it. So part ya employees, how would you suggest we go about it, Dominic?
I think it would depend. Depend na whether hapo wakichukua the stock ikiingia juu kuna signingi. If kuna place kuna signingi hapo the buying price, then under the staff it would be included. Lakini kama ni stock tu kuingia, then sioni kama it would be necessary.
Anne, how would you think?
My thinking. So when you say receiving stock, you can receive and not enter it in the system. So I believe the point at which anaambiwa enter the stock kwa system, either amepewa to the owner of the shop, ameona stock yenye iliingia buying price yake ndio hii, akampea pia selling price. So this is what you'll key in kwa system, which means you'll handle the whole thing. Else, they can do the buying price, leave the selling price, tulishaona the owner of the system can edit that. So they'll just go back and edit that part.
So we receive the goods without adding a selling price?
Yes. Or else, ashapewa the whole list, yeah, whatever came in, this is the buying price, this is how much we're going to sell it. Because inaweza kuwa mwenye shop anataka tu mtu akumfanyia hiyo kazi. It's not like they were not there to receive the goods. They just want to assign the task ya kuweka hiyo information to someone. So itakuwa amejaza the whole thing, so we can have the selling price field for the employee to jaza. And at that point, if they do not have the selling price amount, then the owner of the shop can edit that information later on.
So we can have that in our notes, in our note, place your notes and you have opened up. We are seeing the screen.
Yes, we are.
So as I was explaining, tuko na two scenarios of, because we're dealing with the SaaS, software as a service. So the software is Azani SmartDuka and the service is what we are offering businesses. when I was researching that part of how to go to launch, I actually realized by the time I was creating this document and I create the other day, I was kind of picking the route where you're developing and also going to market without realizing it. Now it was a bit confusing because hatukuwa tumealign vizuri kabisa. It felt like we are developing and then going to market, developing and then going to market, which is a bit confusing. But now we have been validated that it's an actual strategy where you work on the system as another team is working with the end users. So kuna team yenye ina deal na wenye watatumia software yenyewe, na kuna team yenye ina deal na making feedback, implementing feedback, of which now we have seen from what Dominic has told us, and previously pia kuna zile suggestions zenye alikuwa ameleta. So ideally we have been working with model 2, of which we are creating and involving the users, creating as we involve the users, compared to we create and then now go to users. So by the time you're going to users, the system or software itself, it's of no good use to them, and we have spent like 6-7 months creating something. Utaniruhusu nikuwe mwalimu kidogo. If you want to interject, please stop me, throw your idea, and then we continue. Otherwise, I would like us to go through this document. So this was my idea for the next coming 30 days. We test this, and then we see feedback, and then make it something more solid for our company by the time we're reaching December. So we are targeting 10 to 20 paying customers by the end of the 30 days. Since we are switching trust strategies, we already have a list of customers already. So we are targeting 10 to 20 paying businesses by the end of March. 3 video testimonials. This is for the part where we have WeBloom TikTok, we have WeBloom Instagram, and we all have WhatsApp status. So this is the purpose here. Those 3 videos, we post them on socials, telling other people that we are here, and then we are supposed to have a repeatable sales script, designing a, if Dominic steps out to the field, he is not overthinking what to say. Like, we have something that he should say. Considering by the time we are hitting Q2, Dominic utakuwa umeshaivia hii sector, so you're just going to be running the department cleanly. Utakuwa umeshajua vitu zenye utakuwa unaambia clients. So far we are targeting Nyeri, so Anne will be of great assistance, and I will also be working in the background, implementing feedback that you guys come up with. So we will also have a predictable weekly lead, trial, and paid engine. This is something we need to introduce to ourselves. We hadn't introduced it by the time we were going to market previously, so we need to have people who try our system without us fearing if they will not pay or if they will pay. So this is not development sprint, in sales. We are tackling sales on March. I would like for us to tackle sales as much as possible. This coming month it will be less of development and more of sales. We try and find out how sales will be done, how best to interact with our customers. So basically everything selling Azani SmartDuka. So here is the suggested team structure. Kutakuwa na developers wawili, myself for product stability and technical control. So basically when the issues arise, just hit me up, I fix. And then once we collect information, feedback, we come do the same thing we're doing right now, compile everything in one file, and then I attack all those changes. Developer 2, this is someone who has the inner workings of the system, though they are supporting the sales agent on the field. So a customer might shoot questions that are a bit hard for the sales agents to answer. So this is where the developer 2, who is assisting the agents in their sales, will come in. They might be on field or not necessarily on the field itself, but huyu ndio middle player wa katikati between whoever is developing, which is I, and whoever is selling, which currently is Dominic. Yeah, phase 1, so the first 5 days of March, we want to make sure the system is working well. So mpaka hapa, I would like to say logging in is an issue. Logging in is an issue. Why? Once you come and click, where can I find? Mtu anitumie link yetu kwa Google Meet tafadhali. I don't have it close to me. Hapa. Link ya Azani SmartDuka, the latest one, the one that has Bush in it. Thank you. So when you come to logging in, hapa bado backend haijaamka na database haijaamka. So what this first logging in usually is, we are calling the backend, hey yo, someone is trying to enter the system, and then we are telling the database load his data for us, for the user to see. So that's why it's going to take this long to open. Why this is happening is because we are on a free account. So once tumepata mse mwenye ako willing kulipa, tutaweka kwa a paid account, and then the system will be waking up immediately. We just key in the details. So the other part was, we are not adding any new features this month. We are only fixing critical bugs. So kama system iko na issue, as the users that we are set to add into the system, who are going to be on a trial package, not package, on a trial status, wakipata issues, they will reach out to our team, and then we investigate if the issue is valid or it's a misunderstanding with the system, and then we fix or we train better. So we are not focusing on any new features. We have a good MVP on our hands. So what we have is what we will give the trial users who are working nayo, and then from their feedback we will make it better eventually as we are interacting with the end users and also implementing feedback. So we should have a clean demo account. My account is good, but I'm sure the two of you have interacted with the system enough. Design enye, you have good amount of stock in your system. You have a couple of customers who will be used for paying on credit, and then you have 2 or 3 staff members, and then you also have suppliers in your system, and yeah, and some stock which will be interacted with the suppliers themselves, so that when you're coming to make supplier purchases, you have someone to select from the drop down that appears in our system. So if you feel you're good with the account that you have been testing, then you're good. If you feel ish, you can ask for my credentials. It has a lot of inventory. We have a couple of suppliers and we have a couple of customers in place. So I will tell you what we added by the time I'm finishing the document. So sales entry, hii ni kwa POS inaingia vizuri, and then dashboard loads instantly. So tumeona after I have logged in, it has brought us here and it has shown us the table hapo chini of how we are performing so far. Then no crashes during demo. This was that time when Anne was in the field and then the system was showing token expired. I don't know if Dominic experienced, but I worked on that. The system should not bring such issues. So my work here is to make it impossible for the product to embarrass us while we are facing the customer. That will be my work, developer 1, for the first 5 days. Mpaka hapo, I will suggest that we should not fear our customers. If by the time you are interacting with the customer and the system decides to behave in a certain way, point it out clearly and say that it's going to be worked on in a way that by the time you're going back to this user, utakuwa unamwambia we actually got the issue fixed. Atakuwa anaona we are actually working on the system, ndio hata akinunua isikuwe ni nimechukua hii system na inakuanga ikinisumbua nini. That ka pain point, yeah, inakuanga ikinisumbua. It's the someone who sold it to them and disappeared. Basically they were focused fully on money, so walimuzia and then you yourself, hiyo ni mambo yako. After that we have developer 2 responsibilities. So we need sales materials, so a flyer, we have screenshot of the dashboard, and then 3 pain point solutions, which will be stock, sales, and reports. If I'm not wrong, we are going to be continuing and seeing the 3 pain points that we are dealing with. But according to when I was designing SmartDuka was, how much have I made today, how much stock do I have left, and I'm forgetting the third one, but how much have I made today and how is my stock doing amongst the pain points that small market enterprises face. We should also have a trial offer clearly stated within the flyer that we have. So we should also have a demo script that the agents must work with. Isikue we are working very hard to convince users, so we already have a sales script on how to best sell the product. So record the sale in the POS, show today's total in the homepage and the admin, show staff sales, and then show data balances. All that information is in the dashboard. So kama ulikuwa ushaweka sales leo, itakuja hapa kwa viewing all sales, all that information. And then customers, when you are na deni, it's clearly written they owe me. All that information will be in the dashboard itself. It's just a way to easily demo the system to the users. So set up Google Sheet for tracking metrics. I added the sheets. We have sheet 1, which Dominic had initially, and then I added sheet 2 for the new metrics that we are going to work with. So lead tracker columns, shop name, contact, visit date, demo done, yes or no, trial started, yes or no. And then once we have been interacting with the business for a while, have they paid for an actual account or not, na kama wako na objections, what are the objections. So here we have the shop name, the contact, the visit date, have they received a demo, have they started their trial, na wakiwa wamefurahia, have they paid, and if not, what was the objection. That will be the purpose of this document. So it's going to be built on from this. Hapa tuna collect all the information we need, and then here we are now dialing it down to actual data that we can use. So basically mpaka hapa, no, actually it's the first two columns will be this, then the rest will be actual data we collect. So have they received a demo, have they started a trial account, and then kama wamefurahia, have they paid, and if not, what was their objection. So we need to equip sales, na pia we work on tracking these sales. So tumefikia sales agent responsibilities. Attend training, make sure the pitch is natural to them. Design yenye ukienda kuongea na a client, a customer or a business owner, it's coming out like a conversation. Isikue ni kitu yenye tulikuwa tume perfect tukiwa shule ya kukram. You're handling it as a natural conversation, like, hey, tukona, no. Actually, one thing I've discovered is we are not supposed to give them the solution before knowing the problem. So it will be switched from, hey, tukona this system, it will be starting with, hello, how do you run, or I would like to know a few things about your business. So how do you manage stock? How do you track your sales? How do you know you need to restock? So basically knowing everything about the business owner, and then by the time amemaliza kukupea information, you will know, Azani SmartDuka will work for this person. So you go like, so based on what you have been or what you have shared to me, we have a system where it can help you with ABCD. Now, if you'd like, we can put you on a trial account and then see how it favors you, and then something along those lines. So first, ni kama tu hospitali, uingiangi tu hospitali kama umepewa madawa, you have to tell the doctor what the issue is. So that is getting information from them, and then we know what the issue is they are facing, and then we give them the solution. Most probably one of the issues each of these SMEs is facing is being solved by Azani SmartDuka so far. If not, we take it, we note it down, and then compile it into a feedback form. So by the end of the 5 days, our agent must confidently open conversation, ask diagnostic questions kama daktari, like, hey, unasikia vipi, ilianza lini. So this is getting to know the business in and out, without the fear of asking too many questions. The more questions, the better you're going to understand how to solve their issue, and then running a demo for them, and then asking for a trial account. So mwenye ako very interested, we give them a full demo. The demo will be of specific features, not necessarily everything, to save on each other one's time. That one will be scripted properly with developer 2, as we saw, cause yeye ndo anasaidiana na the agent department on making what do you call it, making sales related material. Yeah, so alongside the one pager and the dashboard, we are going to have the script ready. Phase 2. Mpaka hapo, do we have any questions from Anne or Dominic?
No, I do not.
Dominic?
Yes, I do.
Yes, please.
When you say a free a demo account.
Mhm.
The potential client tutampatia ama ataweza kutumia the system partially, ikimfurahisha baadaye ndo atupatie feedback aseme yes the system is good, I love it, I would like to buy. Is that what you mean?
Yes, so I want to give an example using, I don't know, naweza nisaidia kwa system zenye zinapeananga free demo or a trial account. What is a good example? What is a good example? Let me use AI. ChatGPT. Dominic, umetumia ChatGPT?
Nimetumia.
Kuna mahali ikifikanga inakwambianga you have reached the limit, si ndio? So you have to wait.
Yes.
You have to wait for some time or something like that. So for our case, the trial account hautakuwa una reach at limit, unangojea restart. You're actually given some few days, of which we are going to decide if it's a month or 14 days. We interact na system vizuri. Purpose ya giving them the trial account, one is we will have users using our system, so wakikuwa na issues tutajua very very early in the development life cycle that kuna issue hapa and it's very valid because customer 1 and customer 2 are facing the same issue. That is one reason I thought we should have the trial accounts for users. And then 2 will be tutakuwa tumewaonyesha how good the system is, so by the time the account is going inactive, since they have reached their trial limit, itakuwa like, hey, please let me continue so that I don't mess up my details or my control over the company, because what Azani SmartDuka gives is control over your company. Those are the reasons why I suggested we get into giving trial accounts. Is that okay, Dominic?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay. So phase 2, this is 6 to day 20. Field execution mode. So tushapanga vitu, now we are attacking the sales head on. So for the sales team, we want 10 visits per day. This is the least you can do. The more the better. And then 4 serious conversations that you have taken in depth. Yes, please. Yes, Anne. Make check, Anne, umeinua mkono ama ilikuwa makosa? If you're talking, you're on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Sorry. I have a question.
Yes, please.
My question is, if we are giving these trial accounts, mtu tumempea trial account, anatumia their actual information that they will use in case they end up wanting the system, ama how are we supposed to go about it?
Ideally, we need to have a sheet of the actual users who are on trial accounts. So this is it actually. So tutakuwa tuna monitor, okay, Waithaka Enterprises is on trial account, have they paid? No. Why? Issue ndio hiyo iko hapo, so that we can have good information of our users by the time they switch from paid to they switch from trial to paid. Nimekujibu ama nimedeviate?
Hii trial account, they will have actual data tailored for their system, or rather tailored for their business, sorry.
Yes, yes, yes. They are going to have, like, it's going to be a real account for them. Just that it's going to be inactive if they don't pay their setup and start working with their system. So the system yao itaenda tu inactive. We will not delete their info until they decide to pay. Cause kuna mwenye anaweza shindwa kulipa immediately but alishaweka stock yote, alafu sasa tukimfutia account tutakuwa tunamrudisha nyuma.
Okay, you've answered my question.
Okay. So every single day, at least 10 shop visits and then 4 serious conversations. And out of these 4 serious conversations, you have 2 demos. And by the end of that day, we want a customer who will end up with the trial account. So we must update the Azani SmartDuka sheet too. Hapa. So we do as we have been doing here, which is okay. And then this side, we have the information, and if they were given a demo, so we have visited demo, wameanza trial, yes. Then once they are happy with the system, they pay. And then if not, they give us their objection. So without a report, we are going to say that the work done will not count, but if we interact with these sheets properly, tutakuwa na data that we are going to work with. So who is our target market? We have the mini supermarkets, zile supermarket unaingianga unaona mwisho. Hardware shops, I am sure Nyeri is still growing, so hardware zuko zitakuwa very busy. Si kama Nairobi hardware, as you find the people there are they're very chill, because kumejenga jengwa. Mombasa now is an old town, hakujengwa actually. So hardware zuko they are a bit slow, but places where growth is is growing, like growth iko in a what am I saying, like where there is growth, hardware zitakuwa very busy. So those are one of our target customers. Cosmetic stores, we have the akina Best Ladies. Best Lady are well established, but kuna competitors of Best Lady wako na 1 or 2 or 3 employees. And ushaikuwa Dubois Nairobi.
I don't know what's happening to my mic.
Ushaikuwa Dubois lakini if so, I believe you have seen the way those cosmetic shops are usually, because Madhena running, she usually sells perfume. There's a time she used to send me there, so utakuta nimepanga line kwa duka yenye inatoshana like a room. It's very small, but kuna line, which means there's a lot of walking in the sales part. And then utakuta hiyo kaduka imejaa to perfume, from the small ones to the big ones, kwa zile za kurestock. So there's a lot of sales happening, and there's a lot of inventory being moved. So cosmetic stores are going to be a good target for us also. And then agrovets wanakuanga na tu vitu twingi, from the medicines, from the feeds. All that information might be tricky to deal with working with the books. And then wholesalers, we have our watu wenye wanakuanga na hii stall yenye iko na bale za unga, mafuta za 20 liter, paketi za sweetie. So small shops comes to buy things from these people. Unakutanga there is a family that is running the business most of the times. Wako na 2-3 boys in the shop. Then mom or dad is somewhere seated. Yeye ndio anaweza kuwa na overlook the system, while the employees, let me call them, key in data into the system. So during the field phase, Dev 1, which is we focus on immediate bug fix, system performance, and then backup and uptime, ensuring no data errors. If demo fail once, trust drops massively. That will not be good for Azani SmartDuka. Developer 2, during field phase, we are focusing on trial onboarding. So wenye wamekubali kuingia for the trial account, if they are facing issues while onboarding the business itself, by onboarding I mean kuweka employees wake kwa system, kuweka stocks kwa system, if they have ready customers wenye wako na madeni, kuweka kwa system itself. So also helping or visiting 1 or 2 new customers per week. Uzuri, now we are targeting Nyeri as we are building on our sales location targets. So it's a place mnaweza fika. Customer can issue that is really sumbuing them, we can visit them personally. Then helping staff understand the system, and then we try and ensure daily usage. So after 1 or 2 days tutakuwa tunapigia new trial customers, wanauliza leo busy imekuaje, how has the system helped, and basically trying to push them to use the system, because the more the system is being used, the less it's going to be lagging ile time ya kulogin, because if the whole system is asleep, it's why it's going to take long to wake up. So if trial customers don't use daily, they won't convert. This is one of our target. We want them to use the system as if they have paid for the system. Ndio watatupea feedback of what to change or what not to change, or what is good for the company or for Azani. So we really want to make sure they're using the system as if they had it with them already. So we must make calls for every trial customer after 48 hours, just kujulia mtu hali. Also improving on our relationship with the new customers. And then this is just a follow-up with every trial customer also after day 7. So founders join field 3 to 5 days. Both devs must join field visits. We observe objections, improve our pitch, close hesitant owners, and then show seriousness. Basically, we are not going to sell you the system and disappear. We are here with you forever, because this system is going to run for a long time, and we need to make it as good as possible. By the time we are getting into 2030, we are not even thinking of making changes. It's just selling the system, because we have made it the best we can. Is that face okay? Dominic, Anne, are we good with that face? Awesome. Dominic, we are good?
Yes, we are good.
Awesome. Phase 3, day 15, 25, social proof and conversions. By now we should have 5 to 10 trial accounts or trial customers. Developer 2, conversion leader, monitor trial usages, identify active users. So by this time ni nani wamekuwa wakitumia system sana, and then visit 3 strongest users. We need testimonial videos, because if I see Anne saying Toyota V8 is the best car that she has been using, I will be interested when buying my next car. I will first look at Toyota V8. Okay, niliona Anne alikuwa amesema Toyota V8 ni mzuri. On the other hand, niliosikia pia Dominic akisema Range Rover Vogue is also a nice car. So if I'm in the what do you call them, car yard, I'll first look at the 2. Why? Because my 2 closest contacts wametaja V8 na in our favor vizuri, na another one of my contacts alitaja Range Rover, which inawafanyia kazi vizuri. So before I look at even other cars, I will first look into V8 and the Vogue. So collecting testimonials itasaidia na building new relationships for Azani SmartDuka. Then we also ask the customers, since using Azani, how has the environment been, what has changed, basically just to get enough feedback from the users. So the sales agent closing push, 3 days before trial ends, we are going to be tracking and helping you, Dominic, know who is about to be deactivated so that you can reach out to them. We'll also be reaching out to them if we have a couple of users when you wanaenda kuwa deactivated at the same time. We try and push them to getting an active account. So you've tracked certain amount of money in sales using SmartDuka. Do you want to continue full control from next month? Don't ask if they like it, ask if they want to continue with the control that they have been having throughout the testing phase. Confidence matters. Our product is very nice, our product is viable, so don't hesitate with the interactions that you're going to have with the customers. The more we push them, the more we are going to get feedback from them, and then the more we are going to make our application better. So payment setup for developer 1. Ensure subscription process is simple, payment confirmation is smooth, no friction in upgrading from trial. Money collection must be seamless. So by the time a client or a customer is upgrading, au watakuwa tu wanaendelea na system after we have marked their account as paid or active. So they just continue. No more going back and forth. This is where I was saying we should not delete the account, we should just make them inactive so that they don't have access to the account, but all their information is there, and by the time wanalipa, they just pick up from where they left off. So phase 4, marketing layer all month. This is secondary to field sales but supports it. So dev 2, we are going to be working together. So here itakuwa a dev 2 thing only, because we are going to be posting. So this is WeBloom, TikTok, WeBloom, Instagram, and then all of us on our statuses, the WhatsApp, we are going to be posting content dealing with Azani SmartDuka. So this is an example content. If a shop is making 500,000 a month and 5% leaks quietly, that's 25,000 gone. So basically we are going to be educating the people we have, because I know we have businessmen in our contacts. Kuna wenye watu wana system na hawayuko Nyeri, God willing, they are going to be interested, and we are also going to close them. So this is mostly teaching people of how SmartDuka will help them. So on the starting part, the first 10 customers we are going to extend our hand to our sales department so that we can retain you and then also motivate the sales team, of which our current sales team is Dominic. So we're also going to have bonuses, and then commission, as initially stated, it's paid if the customer makes the setup fee payment, but kutakuwa na hizo bonuses, na basically we are going to be open on who has paid or not, because we are going to have this. So you're going to also have information on who has paid and who has not yet paid, and basically for all of us to be happy, because for me and Anne, our happiness comes from people using our system. The sales department, the happiness comes from users actually being active, switching from trial to active. So that's where the bonuses will come in. And then we are going to be having a weekly review, say every Sunday or every Monday, but if we have urgent matters, we can arise them in a similar meeting as today, so that we are all aligned and moving in the same direction. So all staff must attend review, total shops visited, total demos done, and then total trials started. So basically we are going to be dealing with this document a lot when we are meeting. Then also the paid conversions, and then the objections that they had, then bugs reported. I think I should add that. Can I? Yes, it can be here. Insert a column to the right. So have they received any bugs? Now may report yes or no. Then trial usage rate, this will be monitored by dev2. Then we also adjust our script based on what has been working and what has not been working. So the expected numbers in 30 days with one strong agent, tutakuwa na 200 to 250 shops. But ideally this number will come from the 10 shop visits per day. So we have to be aggressive with how many shops we are walking into. So kuna ile ka bracket yenye nilisema our target market, I don't know if it's close, this one, our target shops. If anything looks close to this, so ideally hii ni duka yenye inakuanga na watu wengi wanaingia hapo ndani. The same shop has a lot of inventory and 1 or 2 employees. So that is our ideal shop. If it falls under this category, well and good. If it is out of this category but it meets those standards where kuko na mavitu mingi kwa duka, kuko na a lot of walking in customers, na so that is there's stock and there's walking in customers. Yes, that is our target market shop. Target market or target customer. So that's how we are going to come up with such numbers. And then from the breakdown of the demo videos, we are going to have such figures, and then this trial users, the more the merrier, because we want ideally to have this many trial accounts and then push to converting them to paid accounts. So if by the end of March we have 10 businesses, we are going to be good. We are going to be good. And then for this month, we are not adding any new features, but we are going to record them down. So all the features that are suggested, like the one for receiving stock, as Dominic has said, we are going to record it down, so that by the time we have sharpened our sales department, we'll come back and add these features according to, I want us to have a good amount of feedback that we implement. So initially this is what we had, so I want us to have something similar, so that by the time we come to implementing all this feedback, ikuwe ni kitu wenye inafanyika tu once, pap, not when I finish and then something new comes up. So by the time we are either katikati ya March or mwisho wa March, we'll have all the feedback noted down, new features or bugs nazo nitakuwa na fix immediately they arise, but for new features we'll store them in a document and then we'll tackle them after our sales has been sharpened nicely. So no UI redesign SAI. Those ones will go on the same file with the features. Then no new modules. Basically, these are features. And then no scope expansion. So what do I mean by scope expansion? Maybe kuna msee mwenye anataja mambo ya kulipa wafanyikazi wake from the same system. On your side, tell them, okay, I'm going to talk with the team on that, but we are actually going to compile that into the document that I'm saying no new features or no UI redesign. So by the time we hit end of March or katikati ya March, we have a good document with enough feedback and the features that we are going to vet and see what to add and what not to add in this phase. So the only thing we are working on is stability, onboarding, sales, and conversion. End of month success looks like paying customers, ndio tumeona the 10. Then recorded testimonials for purpose of sharing online. Our agent will be confident by the time anatoka nyumbani, anajua this is what I'm going to say, these are the shops I'm going to visit, and this is how I'm going to close or get them to start a trial account. So the script tutakuwa tunaitengeneza every time we meet. We are going to be fixing the script, and then clear numbers of conversion rates, and then the founders understand objections deeply. Mpaka hapo, do we have any feedback from Anne or Dominic? Tuanze na Dominic, any feedback or question?
No, I'm good.
Awesome. Anne?
In regards to your presentation, I am okay. But just to add to the trial offers, I think we need to come up with a few more offers to offer to our first few customers. I don't know how we go about it. Either we let them know that in case they want to upgrade in future. I think we've had this discussion with you previously.
Okay. By more offers, we mean?
Is it subscription for them will be in future? In case they want to upgrade to a new package, we can retain the same subscription fee. Or I don't know, something like that. Just something to entice, like for us to get the first 10. Because I feel like if we have the first 10 customers, we are able to handle our bills
so
efficiently.
Dominic, what Anne is saying, we had suggested by the time we get our first 10 users, hawa ni watu wenye wameamini system yetu na wakakubali kuilipia. So tunafaa turudishe mkono the same way we are going to return our thanks to the Department of Sales. Tunafaa to work with the first 10 customers. We either decide they're going to be paying the same subscription no matter if they upgrade, or we give them, let's say, 3, 4, 5 months of paying the same amount of subscription for a starter account and a different account. So tukiongeza vitu kama payroll system kwa Azani SmartDuka or accounting features into SmartDuka. So by the time kutakuwa na packages more than one kwa system, au wenye walikuwa wa kwanza wa 10 hawatakuwa wanalipia the actual price of the new package. We just keep them on the starter package cause walituamini tukianza na wakalipa system yenyewe. So basically the first 10 users tutakuwa tunawatreat kama we are actually going to be communicating with them a lot cause kuna hiyo part ya have you been using the system, has it been working for you and all that. So that is what Anne is bringing up. You sawa, Dominic?
So I think ndio Dominic aweze kuincorporate kwa pitch yake. We need to come up with exactly what other offers are we giving our first 10 clients.
Okay.
So we need to discuss that.
Awesome.
Ndio Dominic akienda field akuange akijua, in addition to showing them the system, ata add, by the way, ukikubali kuchukua system sahi among our first 10, this is how we rudisha mkono to you.
Okay. That's awesome.
So that's something we need to incorporate right now, ndio Dominic aski.
Dominic, iko sawa?
Yes, iko sawa.
Any feedback from you, Dominic, so far? Najua nilikuwa nimeuliza. But might you have a question, an addition?
Currently sina feedback.
Okay.
Maybe the review, the features.
Okay.
Maybe then.
So E.
Hi.
Yeah.
I have one other thing. So Dominic, Herman keeps saying you are now in sales peke yako. So Elvis is no longer with us. He decided to resign. But in addition to that, we need people. We need 2 more people or one other person. Lazima akue Nyeri. So nilikushow jana, pia we Herman, I think I mentioned to you, tutafuta watu in other towns. At least one person in any other town of choice. Then we bring them on board and your coverage kwe kubwa, which means more clients, more potential clients for us, and our name is also out there.
Yes, on what Anne is saying, I have been looking for other people to add into our sales department. So by the time we are finishing March, Dominic utakuwa na all the information you need. So you're just going to be training the newcomers. Tutasaidia na hiyo part ya training the newcomers, and then that will be incorporated into the money you get. But by the time we get all those these new agents, tutajua how to work on the financial side. So target yetu ni we get the 10 to 20 paying users by the end of March. With those figures, we are going to be good. We are going to rudisha mkono to the sales department, of which currently ni wewe, and then by the time March ends, we will have a clear structure of how to onboard new agents, and then pick up from there and continue. So we are going to start with these clients when we already had recorded them. So ideally these 15 users to AK on trial accounts, and then we are going to add more. So once they have been on trial accounts, the information should appear in this sheet too. So I don't know how I should call this. So from field data, so Azani sales 1, then Azani sales 2, tracking, So from the field, Dominic atakuwa na add users hapa or earn. I'll also add users nikitembea time nitakuwa naenda sokoni. Kuna place inaitwa Mvindeni huku kwetu. We have this very many wholesalers. I will try and communicate with as much as possible. Add the information here so that we have a big pool of users that we are going to have. Then on this other side, we have all the information that we need from them. I feel like we should also collect their emails. So that when we have something new, like a new feature or new bug fixes, tutakuwa tuna communicate with the current contacts that we have. So their number and their email will be good. So mpaka hapo, I believe everything sales has been talked about or dealt with. So let's see. Asked if they can market their products online in e-commerce system. This was to be determined. Currently, Azani haina POS, haina e-commerce. But that one was asked some time back, and I was thinking we are going to discuss that. So kuna mtu mwenye anasema anataka system yake iko integrated into a way that maybe anauza vitu kama nguo online, so that users can click on products. These products are deducted into from the stocks they have, and they are recorded as sales. So I believe that is something new, or it's going to be a new feature, or within a new package. Currently, let's sell what we have, Sai, and then improve on it. What happens if the business owner has no staff? Do they run the system on both dashboards? I believe yes. So basically, akiwa kazini, yeye ni employee, because that is what they are ideally. Akienda nyumbani, they have all the data at their hand. So what is new? We have a profits table in our system, so you can track how the biashara imekuwa ikirun. I have not been making sales, that's why my dashboard, my graph looks inconsistent, but ideally inafaa ikuwe inapanda ama inafaa ikuwe inashuka, but you can see it has been going higher. Hapa tumekuwa na some low days, but it's always going higher. So on this side, I don't think we have many changes other than the searching, and the system takes in users according to how they were added. So this is the most recent one. It will go to my suggest list, like the list, where was it? Yes, ndio hii, descending format on all records. So the other, most of the features are the same as we had left them. The only issue was this time dates zilikuwa zinasumbua, but I fixed that. So kila mahali kwenye kuna record of time, it's fixed. It's going to work with the current time in Nairobi or Kenya. So kwa stock list, there's one thing Dominic had mentioned. I don't know if you've noticed. This part, let me open one that is longer. Hii part, Dominic, unakumbuka ilikuwa unakuta quantities zimesonga na huku, unit price zimesonga, and then total zimesonga, so the table was not well aligned. That one was fixed. Qua stock, we have stock list. I don't think if there's anything that was an issue there. We have adding stock, then the stock history. Major changes was pagination on all the lists that we have. So kila list iko na pagination yake. Instead of showing the whole list here, you can just switch from page 1 to page last. Supplier list, we also have pagination. Supplier purchases, we have pagination. So that is one of the major changes I added. Then customers who owe you, same case, pagination and searching them. Also making sure the table is well formatted. You can add a customer and then you can also have the customer list. You manage staff, also paginated, and then the reports. We have what we had initially. So we had suggested having date pickers. I added those, and then this was not showing like the default state the current profits are in. So itakuonesha all time. If you switch to today, it goes to today. So 0 numbers since today hatujakuwa in business. This month, if you switch to this month, it will show you all that information there. Then now we have a new tab for profits report. So is it affected by these figures? Yes, it is. This week, how much have we made? So the revenue is basically pesa yote imeingia kwa kampuni or kwa duka or kwa biashara. Price ya hizi vitu zote, so kila item inakuwa calculated on the selling price, and then all the items cost in unit price. So kila item ulinunua pesa ngapi kwa supplier wako versus uliuza pesa ngapi kwa duka yako. The difference of these two figures becomes the profit, and that is what is calculated as the profit margins. The other thing, this is now neat. Let me see if it will open in time. Initially ilikuwa inafunguka vifani. Ukiacha kutumia Windows, you have very weird applications za Windows. Ina imeamua kuleta accidents sai. So the columns ziko, this is the wrong one. What have I downloaded? 3. Fungua vizuri bwana. Yes, the issue was fixed. So sell ID iko sawa, date in a mix, the date itself and the time, and then payment method and the amount. So this was an issue, as you've seen hapo awali. The thing was reopening weirdly. Of which this is sales tool. This is a trial in Likonisha test. I think it's this one. Yes, hii ndio ilikuwa na sales ID alafu date iko dates peke yake, alafu ika distort payment methods, ika collect time instead of showing the payment methods, Then for the amount, it was showing payment method instead of the payment method itself. So that issue was fixed. As you can see, the date inaonyesha dates peke yake at the time, then payment method and the amount. The other thing, this should not be an issue. We remember kitambo ilikuwa inasumbua, so it should not be an issue now. And other than that, I don't think there's much more changes. I believe tuliacha hii ikiwa inafanya kazi. I didn't make a lot of changes in the mobile view. It is as it was initially. So mpaka hapo tuko sawa. From Anne, Dominic. Yes, Anne. Okay, yes, Dominic.
Nakumbuka an issue I encountered. Za kuprevent.
In which page?
Kwa the mobile view. Customers account, staff's account.
Oh, kwa account ya staff. Let's see. Yes.
When they are making a sale.
Issue ilikuwa?
Na venye the mobile view, the view, like
true, very true. That is very true. Naiona tu sahi. Okay, and we can add that to our feedback form.
I've not seen the issue when they're making a sale.
Haionekani fiti. Si ndio, Dominic?
yes.
Haionekani fiti. It's not fully responsive. That one is fixable. I'll do that actually today. That's a good catch. That's a very good catch. Any other thing?
No other.
Okay. And is this the same for all pages? Hapa kuna kitu ya maana. So it's only the POS.
We only have two issues to work on, which one will be incorporated later on, because ni hiyo ya kuongeza stock on the employee dashboard.
Okay.
Na sasa here to make the system responsive. So we only have two issues.
So hapo kwa responsive iweke when a sale item has been added kwa cart. Awesome. Other than that, any other issue?
No other issue.
Okay. From Anne.
The issue.
So from today's meeting, Dominic, are you comfortable with the procedures we are going to deal with, of how we are planning to attack March?
Yes, I'm very comfortable.
Okay. If you have issues, just throw them for group and then we are going to tackle them.
That's all.
And any other thing?
Tomorrow.
Come again?
Niko sawa. we'll work on whatever I'm supposed to work. The document you presented, and then as for Dominic, remember you put together the customers on your call really highly likely to take the system to our kesho. So I'll see you tomorrow.
So ideally, I would suggest you just go back to these customers on top of others that are not in this list. We push them to get trial accounts.
Sawa.
Yeah. Back up, I think we are good. I will stop presenting. And cheers guys. Any other issues will be risen. Itasemwa kwa group. So let me get to, I texted people jana to help me get sales agents. I haven't looked at my WhatsApp, so what I'm going to do sahi. If I have new leads, I will send them to the group, then we vet them, then we see who we are going to pick and who we are going to work with. Awesome. Cheers guys, I don't think kuna any other issue. That will be it from my side.
Good day.
Good day to you too. Cheers guys.